The ICC Champions Trophy 2025 is all but 1 week old. So far, the games that have happened in Rawalpindi, Lahore and Karachi have gone off without a hassle. The arrangements as far as security is concerned has been very, very satisfactory. Now, India is the only team who's not going to Pakistan because of a heightened security threat for them. Now, many people have been brushing that off, saying, no, it is only India's biasness that is there. But now, what I'm about to show you, and it has been confirmed by certain intelligence reports that have come from Pakistan, is that there is a security threat for the Champions Trophy. Yes, we can tell this to you at this point that there are credible reports of a security threat that is there in Pakistan, because according to the latest intelligence report which I will show you, Islamic State Khorasan Province, ISKP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, TTP, and ISIS, and Balochistan-based extremist groups may be planning an attack because they feel that cricket is an instrumentation of the West and we have to be at war with cricket also. So these are the 4 groups that are doing it: Islamic State Khorasan Province, ISIS, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, and Balochistan-based extremist groups. Now, the nature of the terror attacks that is going to be there, it's possible terrorist attack or it could be a kidnapping. So that is the threat that has been perceived by a lot of the intelligence that has been gathered around. There was a communication which they intercepted. There is a threat attack that is planned. Now, it's come amidst Pakistan hosting an ICC event after 30 long years. Now, why did India not want to go there? Because of a heightened security threat. Now, you would remember in Quetta, just days before the ICC Champions Trophy, there was an explosion at a railway station. Now, that was the final straw which ensured that, okay, India will not get the permission to tour Pakistan. But terror attacks and Pakistan, it's always been very, very symbolic. And it has always been deadly. And you know which team has suffered the brunt of Pakistan's terror attacks, which saw 2 tours being cancelled? One was 2021. Just before the start of the ODI series, New Zealand cancelled their tour in Rawalpindi because they perceived that there was a security threat there. Jacinda Ardern, who was the New Zealand Prime Minister at that time, she told her Pakistan counterpart that we have a security threat, we don't want to tour, we are calling the tour off. And that is why New Zealand got unfair criticism when Pakistan were providing them security. Of course, perhaps New Zealand might not have been targeted, but it has happened. But the 2 most deadlier attacks that have happened, you cannot discount that. Because in 2009, the Sri Lankan team were the victims of a terror attack. 2009 in Lahore, March 1, Pakistan was never the same again. For 6 years, no nation set foot in Pakistan. And that is what hurt them big time. 7 years prior to 2009, 2002, there was a terror attack in Karachi. New Zealand was staying in a particular hotel, and just opposite them, there was a French naval base which was a target of a terror attack. There were 10 French naval personnel who were killed, and that is when heights of terrorism increased in Pakistan and reached a crescendo in 2007 following the Lal Masjid siege that happened in Islamabad. New Zealand, unfortunately, when you look at it, they had played the first test in Karachi, which they lost, and then they were supposed to play the second one, but then it got cancelled. They cancelled the 5 ODIs also after that. They came back later in 2004. But New Zealand, unfortunately, when you look at it, have been victims of 4 terrorist attacks, 3 terrorist attacks rather. 2002, when you look at it, Pakistan, they had to cancel the tour. But in 1987 and 1992, New Zealand just escaped with a whisker in Sri Lanka. The LTT in 1987 had bombed the Petta bus station. New Zealand's bus team was about to go from that path. Had they taken that path, they would have been killed. In 1992, a motorcycle bomb exploded outside their hotel where it killed a Sri Lankan Navy admiral. And because of that, 1992, they were almost about to call the tour off, but New Zealand decided we will not do that. So that is why New Zealand have had the misfortune of being victims of 4 terror attacks, 3 which actually happened, 1 a perceived one. But this vindicates, this kind of solidifies the fact what India has been saying all along. Pakistan is not safe. Whenever you host a multi-nation tournament, the security arrangements could have a lapse. So far, thankfully, touch wood, there has never been a lapse in this tournament, and you have to hail the Pakistan security establishment for this. But also, it does not dispel the notion that Pakistan is unsafe. And because of this now, security has been heightened. All of us pray that nothing untoward happens, because after 29 long years, Pakistan is hosting an ICC event and they do not want to miss it. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.